Good morning.
Good morning,
How you
sir.
doing?
Where's Drunk Tim?
We're not sure.
He's passed out, Tim, right now, I think. Comatose Tim.
Yeah, he's
Comatose Tim.
he's counting sheep in his sleep or whatever.
You don't want to know what he does with sheep when he's awake.
Well, I didn't say how he was counting them either. I mean, you have the normal jumping over the fence thing or whatever, but for him, it could be, yeah, a different numbers game.
Is this recording right now? If it is,
Yeah,
sorry,
Yes.
Tim.
it
Don't
might not
mean to
make
pick
the,
on you
it
while
might
you're
not
not
make
here.
the show. But
It
it's
might not
recording.
make the show, but it's recording. It might make the show, and it's
It's like
recording.
a knot hole in the fence. It's like a glory hole for sheep. You stick it through the sheep back up.
Oh, it's a little contest if you can make it go meh, like, you know. Oh, it's
We're in first place in the frickin' Idiot League.
The Idiots Talk Sports Show. Sports talk. Funny and uncensored.
all right. Good Sunday to everybody. This is the Tit Show, the Idiots Talk Sports. We're here in Oklahoma City. We're coming to you as always from the On the Border Studios here in Oklahoma City. And again, we're Tits. And I'm trying to get rid of mine, honestly, but it's going to take time, apparently. I guess you can't just take a pill and it goes away.
Apparently, you have to work at these things.
Yeah, I know. Like, Pamela Anderson wanted, like, a breast reduction. I think I do, too. Although, I mean, truth be told, it's not my breasts, it's my stomach. So, is there a similar procedure? I don't know.
You
Anyway.
look good with Pamela Anderson's breasts, though.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know if my back could take it, though, which is why I'm sure she lost hers. Don't think my back could take those tits. That's who we are. Oh, man. And I am Chance Del Fuego. With me is Blair Smith. And absent is Drunk Tim. He's off somewhere, gallivanting in Oklahoma City, frolicking, if you will, or something.
Through the meadows.
Or he might be passed out. I saved a picture. I saved a picture, and this is from Barstool Sports. This is a pretty funny picture. I realize this is audio. We won't be able to show this. But for your own amusement, if I can find this sucker, where's she at? They have a picture of this girl in a trash can, like passed out drunk. Where's she at? This funny stuff.
I'm already intrigued here.
Where's she at?
It's now descriptive audio.
There we go. Yeah, the trash can says landfill. Like, that's when, you've had a night to not remember. Maybe we can post that or something so everybody's in on what the heck we're looking at.
That will make the Facebook page.
That's a rough night.
How do you make it to the trash can? Do your friends put you
Well,
there?
yes, somebody, unless you said, hold my beer, and you just hopped in, because that essentially fits her body because of the way it vortexes, like, down to a smaller hole. Anyway, wow. Anyway, so she's going to be famous. All right. Oh, so, how was your week, Blair?
3 weeks now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been busy. I'm on vacation now, so
Nice.
just throwing in a little overtime, so I haven't been able to make the last few shows.
Yeah.
And then next week I will be in Topeka, Kansas for a dog show, so I won't make that. So hopefully Drunk Tim will be here
Dog show.
to fill in the gaps. But yes, how was yours?
Good. A lot of work, And on top of that, just for a side note, more work. So, yeah, a lot of work.
Speaking of work, my brother says he saw you at your current job.
Yes.
Says to say hello.
Oh, right, good. Yes, yeah, I met him. I met his, I guess she was picking up a to-go order or something before, so I met her before, but anyway, I don't know. I'm not, like, sometimes I'm outgoing and sometimes I don't feel like being social. And so it's like, I'm like, have I seen you before? Where do I know you from? And then it's like, oh, yeah. And then it just clicked. So anyway, because he was paying, he's like, so-and-so. Anyway, so this week, we did have a night where we went out. I will mention this. We went out to a karaoke bar. This seems to be a thing now. This started as, we've mentioned the guy Jose before on the show. I think he's even on one of the episodes or something somewhere. But he sends me a text saying, hey, you want to watch the Dodgers-Brewers game? And I'm like, nah, not really. Dodgers are evil, and I don't like watching evil. Because I'm a big Giants fan. He's a huge Dodgers fan. But he's like, LOL, you can still come watch them anyway. So I show up in my San Francisco Giants jersey. As a matter of fact, we meet up at Hooters. And I'm just thinking, a couple of beers, we'll watch some of the game. And then I'm heading out, got to work and yada, yada, all that boring stuff. And that turned into, the game started at 4 in the afternoon. So I might sound like a raging alcoholic here, but that started at 4 in the afternoon. And then that turned into us going to the bar where I think it was Geriatric night. It really was. But I wasn't out till after 1 in the morning. So it's a long day. That is a long day. Yeah. It's really hard to get the people to do a standing ovation when they're in a walker. Or, when they're in a, not a walker. They're already standing. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your song list here?
Okay, song list. We started with some Hootie and the Blowfish. That's safe. Did some Boys to Men. That was not safe. Did some, golly, I'm already forgetting now. I'm similar to this girl in the trash can, except
the alcohol or the age.
Right, both. Except I wouldn't have fit in that trash can. But okay. We start at Hooters. Not a whole lot of drinking going on. I mean, some, but then we end up at this bar, and I think there's just this careless okay, this is like a nursing home bar or something. I don't know. So you just kind of don't care, You're not going in caring anymore. You're just like, look at that. And Jose's over there like, hey, look at her. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Stop it. She was on the Golden Girls last week. Just stop. And I swear to God, I swear this is true. The guy that sat next to me was the old guy in the movie Up. He didn't have any balloons on him, but same guy. It's the guy from Up. I mean, I know he's got to get his drink on too, but still, yeah, he came over and sat next to me. Didn't talk, didn't say a word.
Was Ellie with him? Oh, probably too soon for that, huh?
Yeah. The bartender, that was weird. She was tatted and pierced and pregnant, and did some karaoke. I was introduced to a new song, and it's one of those things. You know how you buy a car and you're like, oh, this is nice. I haven't really seen this car, but it's really cool. And then you get the car, and then all of a sudden, you see the car everywhere.
Yes.
You just see so many damn versions of the same car all over the place. Well, that happened to me this week. Somebody introduced me to this dang song by Afro Man called Colt 45. Have you heard of this?
I have not.
Okay. Well, at the time, I was the only person around that had not heard of this. This is a thing. This is a big thing. And I was like, I don't know this. So I do this thing where I'll just read lyrics, and it's just like, holy crap, this guy's crazy. But sure enough, I'm at this karaoke bar, and the pregnant bartender, one of her many songs that she does, she ends up doing that song, and I'm just like, and it's awful. I mean, she's very, very white, and like, you know, she's like, hey, Colt 45 and zigzags and stuff. That's all I need, and it's just like, oh, that's so kind of weird and cute, but it's just one of those things. Like, I've never heard that song before, but then all of a sudden we go to this bar and somebody's doing the song. And people were like, "Oh yeah, you should do that for karaoke." And I'm like, I don't know the song. I felt like the same. Like I'm too white for some guy named Afro Man. Anyway, so yeah, we finish out. I'm out at like 1 a.m. Gotta be at work at like 7 a.m. And I'm just like, I can't continue this. This cannot be a thing. This cannot be. I mean, I just cannot hold up to this. I don't think I could train myself to do this. I don't think I want to train myself to do this. Inconsequentially, the Dodgers won that night. That was Game 5. And anyway, but that was the night. No, nothing too crazy. Just old people and singing,
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. And Jello shots. I don't know where the Jello shots came from, actually. They snuck in Jello shots on me. Maybe I am like the girl in the trash can. Maybe that's how it happens. I got roofied with some Jello shots.
Next morning? That's my next question.
Yeah.
Do you remember getting home and how?
Yes. I wasn't that far. I wasn't that bad off, but anyway.
Old people love Jello.
Right? Old people love they
do.
They do. So did Cosby. Right? Make that reference. Cosby loved the old Jello.
Yes.
Oh, the thing and the who and the yeah. Oh. So college football happened yesterday.
Did it ever?
Now, good news for you, Blair. Oklahoma State didn't play, so they
did
could not lose. I made that joke last week when OU was off.
Hey.
So I'm not hating on OSU.
I
completely
understand. I'm hating on OSU this year. It's an ugly year.
It's an ugly rebuild year.
You have these seasons.
Yes.
We all thought it would be a rebuilding year. We didn't think it would be to this extent.
Well, but to a degree. Like, I think Gundy didn't help his cause much by coming out and saying things like, the offensive line is as good as we've ever had, and blah, blah, blah. Kind of dangling that carrot, getting people's hopes up. Like, because you're like, well, if our offensive line's that good, and we've got Justice Hill, well, we know we can go on that foundation, and then the quarterback will have time to get used to the offense, and we have some weapons there. And so that really creates hope. But the truth was, their offensive line sucks. That's the truth.
Their offensive line hasn't been great. I mean,
yeah, but
even last year,
he's made it sound like it's one of the best they've had in a long time.
Even if it is, let's say it's threefold better than last year.
Yeah.
The difference is your skill positions. You have a significant downgrade at quarterback.
Yeah.
At all your wide receiver positions.
Yeah.
So it does not matter how good your offensive line is if you have that much of a downgrade in your skill positions outside of the offensive line.
I don't know. I think Justice Hill
is fantastic.
Is not being used well. I think they just keep like slamming him the ball into gaps that aren't there.
Right.
And then they need to put him out in space. And why aren't you running Taylor Cornelius more? Like they almost, what's weird is they're similar offensively. It looks like right now to the Dallas Cowboys offense, like where you have to use and utilize Ezekiel Elliott in different ways.
You do.
And feed him the ball or throw it to him, and then Dak has to find ways to basically misdirection, and then he's able to run and get you yards other ways because they don't have big playmakers in the receiving core right now. It's oddly similar, really.
Right. The biggest thing is as an Oklahoma State fan, we have these, 10-win seasons.
Yeah.
And, you have them year after year after year, and you expect a down year to be an 8-win season. You don't realize that you're not playing with the big boys yet. When you are fully healthy, you can play on that level. But in your down year, you still have to realize that you are no better than a mid-major. So when you have a down year, you're going to have 5 wins tops. I mean, that's where we still are. We are, we don't have.
Yeah, but I think fans are expecting more than that.
Fans
now.
do expect more, but
And I say that they have every right to, with the level of expectation that Gundy has now raised there, with the money that's been put in and everything else. I think OSU fans do have every right to expect more out of the program now.
Yeah, I mean,
they should be upset.
I expect it. I want it.
If it's a 5 or 6 win season, they should be pissed.
I'm not happy. I told you, I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
The realization is that, we're just not as good as we think we are, and
Well, expectations will only rise you to that level.
Yeah.
Just look at how OU fans got Mike Stoops fired, and and the defense ended up looking at least a bit better yesterday.
They don't look any better. They had a decent second half.
Right.
First half, TCU.
Yeah, but Blair, they were playing games where they didn't even have a decent second half.
Oh.
They were having full games where they were just allowing whatever the hell they wanted to allow.
How many points has TCU averaged this season?
Oh man, I don't know. I know that they've put up some. They put up some numbers.
No, they have not.
They're not like Baylor.
No. Let's. Okay.
They're not like
Can
Baylor.
you look this up? How many? Let's look up TCU because
TCU's average points this season.
I bet TCU scored more points in the first half against OU than they have averaged all season long for a full game. That's my guess. That is a guesstimate, but everybody is on board with this OU defense and firing of Mike Stoops and everything.
No, I'm not on board with it. I just think it's a knee-jerk reaction. Like, what else are you going to do? You're not going to fire this guy. The players are going to get excited. Yeah. They're not going to play worse.
But my fear is this is another knee-jerk reaction. My fear is everybody is going to get on board and say, oh, my goodness, look what we have done and look at the difference
sports,
this
though.
has made.
Sports is just a knee-jerk reaction all the time.
you forget that TCU has not been good offensively.
No.
I mean, what are our point totals?
Against Tech, they put up 14, and Tech doesn't have a great defense.
Okay.
Iowa State, they put up 17. Iowa State's tough.
Okay,
you got to give them
17.
respect. Texas, they scored 16.
Okay.
Ohio State, they were able to put up 28. SMU, it's SMU, they put up 42. And then against Southern U, they put up 55.
Well,
55.
Forget that one.
So
okay.
So if you take you take your averages, that probably brings them down to the high 20s, low 30s, something like that, right? Or high 20s, which is where they were at yesterday, 27.
At the end of the first half, they were at 24.
Yeah.
So OU allowed them in the first half to score their average for their season. Roughly.
Sure. Yeah, because
this
this
defense still isn't any good.
No. Yeah, they're not going to go out and just start stopping people.
No, right.
I still think when it comes down to games like Bedlam and stuff like that, I still think it's going to be.
OSU doesn't have an offense. OSU scored.
Yeah, if they had last year's offense, it'd be like 78 to 77 or something.
Yes. Right now, just OSU couldn't score in a $3 whorehouse. They're just not that good.
Yeah, that's true.
They've had games where they've scored a lot of points, but it's only against teams that really don't have any kind of defense whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, Oklahoma yesterday, just some stats to throw out. Kenneth Murray, he's 19 of 24, 213 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, which is a QBR of 92.3. It's a good game. That's a real good game. Nobody's
going to
killing the offense.
He's not the problem.
He also had 9 carries, 51 yards, no touchdowns on the ground, but still, really good game against a TCU team that's good, TCU defense that's decent. Especially in Big 12 terms.
Yeah. Well, we like to think they're decent until we saw their best game was against Ohio State.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Kennedy Brooks steps up, freshman running back. He runs the ball 18 times, 168 yards. That's a 9.3 average. He scores a touchdown. Has a great game as a freshman running back.
Yeah.
The wonderful Deborah is here. Hey. bringing us some chips, bringing us some salsa.
Yay, Deborah.
Trey Sermon, the two-headed monster, he runs the ball 17 times, 110 yards, about 6.5 average, 2 touchdowns. He got hurt yesterday too, so I haven't seen any of the results of that just yet, as far as how serious it is or not.
Right.
So I'm not sure. I mean, I know they got this other guy now, but they don't want to keep losing people to injury. We've already lost the one significant guy, Rodney Anderson. So,
Do you need anything right now?
heck yeah,
Okay,
please.
1, 2. Oh, the music off. 1 beer.
One beer.
And for you?
Sure.
Beer for you?
All right.
Do you want a beer or no? Yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
Be right,
Okay.
guys.
All right, receiving wise, CeeDee Lamb's top receiver. He's usually number 2, but he's top receiver yesterday. 5 receptions. Of course, the main one was that huge, wide open. Like TCU just totally,
Shit the bed.
they did. Like, what? Hey, whose man was that? And CeeDee Lamb wide open, but yeah, 5 receptions, 91 yards, and and that touchdown. Hollywood Brown, 5 receptions, 41 yards. So, good game after 2 weeks of what the hell from the OU Texas game. And then you have, and we'll talk, we're definitely going to talk about it, the debacle last night for Ohio State that we should all be happy about. But that only opens the door and opportunities for an OU. If they can get their act together and at least, be in the conversation. But I hate to be the cynical guy, but it looks like it's freaking Alabama's to just steamroll everyone to take. But
Yeah.
Tua got hurt again yesterday too, though. And so you wonder how long he's going to stay healthy. And in 2 weeks, they play LSU, and that's going to be
That
the
will
big
be-
matchup.
Yeah, Alabama's going to get to the meat
And-
of their schedule. But let's, before we crown Alabama,
Yeah.
let's go back to the Jason White year, the second Jason White season with Oklahoma,
Yep.
where they steamrolled everyone. They had an average margin of victory in the 30s. It seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get to the Big 12 championship against. No. I'm sorry. They won the Big 12 championship that second year. The year before that's when they lost to Kansas State, but they won that.
Right.
Yeah.
When they got smacked around.
And then
they overlooked
they-
Kansas State and got
That was the
killed.
year before, but the next year again,
Yeah.
they just breezed through the season, Big 12 championship, and then got their asses handed to them
Yeah.
in the national championship game by, quite possibly an inferior team. So,
That can happen.
Don't crown Alabama yet.
All right. Yep. No, you're right. Yeah, Alabama, LSU in 2 weeks. That's at LSU. And I know the fans are crazy down there. I've heard stories. OU fans have been down there, like the Sugar Bowl we're talking about. Afterwards, of course, OU lost the game. They go down to Bourbon Street. LSU fans are like throwing beer bottles at OU fans. Just like, what the hell? You won.
Yeah.
And now you're going to throw beer bottles at the OU fans. Fantastic. Real class, right? But there was something I read this week. This LSU alum, Marcus Spears. He's with ESPN, but they were talking about some of the things that go on at LSU. Did you know that they chant? I didn't realize this. I know that they probably say some weird shit, but like they chant. They chant, "Suck that tiger dick, bitch," during the football games.
Wow.
Like they play the song. You've heard of the guy Cameo from the '80s.
Yes.
The band basically plays his song "Talking Out of the Side of Your Neck," and so they basically chant it. They'll repeat it a couple of times, but the whole stadium's yelling, "Suck that tiger dick, bitch," and "Suck that tiger," and he's like. He's trying to be like, well, yeah, I mean, that's not great, but, it is what it is. So, yeah, that's going to stick around. That place is crazy, man. If Alabama can get a loss, that's the place to go get a loss.
Yeah.
It's down at LSU.
Well, it happened
These fans are nuts.
2008.
Yeah.
Was that the 6-9 game? And then,
Oh,
of
they've
course,
had so many of those.
But
Like,
Alabama goes back and wins the national championship 21-0 that same year on a neutral site.
yeah, those teams are loaded with talent. So, I mean, it's just insane. So yeah, last night, Ohio State, the evil that is Ohio State, loses to the Purdue Boilermakers. And that was a pretty interesting watch. I watched, I would say, the majority of it. I mean, I didn't get to see the beginning just because of work, but I was able to get in the second quarter and on, basically. And some really good stuff. Ohio State would try to have an answer, and Purdue did a great job of always, like, continuing on, you know? I don't know. It just seemed like they were there to win. And the fans were really cool, too. We talked about a couple of weeks ago, like, the Penn State fans were all singing in the stands and stuff like that.
That was exciting to watch,
Purdue, yeah, Purdue had the same thing going on last night, you know, and they've got a ton of fans. And anyway, Purdue goes on to win 49-20. Ohio State's hopes are not completely gone. I mean, it's their first loss,
They're gone.
but
They're gone. They got
But
trashed on that field.
but they're in trouble.
They're-
Their saving grace for them, if they can win the rest of these games, is the last game is, of course, against their rival Michigan, who's still winning too. And so that's going to help them with all this stuff. Because right now you're looking at, I mean, if we look at the college football landscape right now, there's Alabama, right?
Well, you've got Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame.
You
Still-
got Clemson.
well, Clemson doesn't.
Clemson looks good now. They're really starting to pick back up. Their defense is playing better. The quarterback that they finally decided on is now getting better. So Clemson, and then the rest of their schedule is a cakewalk as far as the ACC is concerned. Clemson's in really good shape right now to
Right.
finish out. You mentioned Notre Dame. Their schedule's similar. Like, that, I don't know who's going to beat them the remainder of their schedule.
Right.
Not that I think they're a top 4 team. I think they're good, but their schedule is going to help them out immensely. As a matter of fact, I can see Notre Dame getting to the final, like the 4, and getting blown out by somebody. Like if they have to face a Clemson or Alabama, I think Notre Dame would get blown out. But, I mean, yeah, it's just me. But Notre Dame's not a conference team, so that takes away
Right.
from one of the conferences. So you've got an ACC, an SEC, and a non-conference, which leaves the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the Big 12 fighting for one spot.
But Pac-12. Let's face it, they're out.
For the most part, I think you're only, Washington State won big yesterday.
did, but
they have one loss. If they could find a way to be impressive and win out, you'd have to put them in the mix.
If they, let's say they win out. If Ohio State were to win the Big Ten, Washington State has an argument. Okay, Ohio State just got the shit beat out of them. Okay, they got but Washington State over a one-loss OU or Texas,
Yeah.
they're not getting in. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I think the name on the school will.
Right. It's the same with the Oklahoma State argument against Alabama and LSU. You're not getting in. That's where it goes. National pun. It's
Right.
It's going to go to the name school.
No, it's definitely an uphill battle for them, but I think they'll at least be in the mix.
But they're not going to get in. Michigan has one loss, correct?
One loss.
So if it's a one-loss Michigan that wins the Big Ten,
And their one loss is to an undefeated Notre Dame.
yeah, they're
So
in.
if Michigan wins out, they would be in if they were against a Washington State one-loss team. I agree with that. Big Ten would definitely get more recognition, and the win itself would be better.
Yeah.
But the committee has also shown that they will compare head-to-head battles. And so the one thing that's going for OU right now, they won 52-27 against TCU. Well, Ohio State, they beat TCU as well, but it was 40-28, so a little bit closer. I don't know. That seems to be really being nitpicky at that point. You hope it didn't come down to being that close, but
Right, but let's face it. If Ohio State is your one-loss champion out of the Big Ten, and you have a one-loss Big 12 champion, it's going to be the Big 12. I mean, Ohio State's loss was just too damning for that.
well, and that's what killed them last year. Remember, Ohio State was in the mix, but then they got blown out. What's that?
This is behind. They just scored.
Who did? The Titans just scored? Oh, okay. Uh-oh. We are simultaneously, we got the Titans and the Chargers game going on right now in London. Chargers are up 20-13, 35 seconds left, and 4th and goal. Nostradamus Daryl says that the Titans have already scored.
They called it back.
Yeah,
Oh, they called it back.
Yeah. He was short of the goal line.
Oh, no. So we got a 4th and goal situation
Fourth
in
and goal at the
London.
one. This should be fantastic.
Daryl, what do they do? They run Mariota? What do they do?
Can't give the hit, but can't give the Derrick Henry.
Is it a full yard or inches?
Half a yard.
Fourth.
Half a yard, man.
All right, here it is. There's a fake. Oh, he got it.
Wow, what a play call.
That's a touchdown. That's a pretty bold move. He was covered, too. That was not an easy play.
Touchdown in the red zone today, too.
Really?
Why are you going for 2?
They're going for the win.
They're going for 2. It's 20-19. Titans are going to go for 2 and go for the win. They do not want to take it to overtime, it looks like. He's a gambler. Remember that game earlier in the year? Yep. He's a gambler, man.
Wow. That's a bold move. I love it. Now 25-second game clock. Or not game clock, play clock. Here we go.
They
Don't
man,
get
they
it, don't
rushed
get it,
up
don't
to
get
the
it,
line.
Don't get it.
Nothing's open. Nothing is open. Mariota's got
Flags
time.
everywhere. He's going to get
Oh. And that is incomplete. Chargers.
That's defense.
Hang on. Well, let's
defensive
make sure.
holding.
Flag.
Defensive holding.
Oh.
What are you listening to?
Serious XM.
I mean, okay.
Holding.
Defense.
Yep. On the defense. They're going to get another shot. Do you think he still goes for 2 after that play? Or
2 feet.
man, this tells me you're ready to get on the flight home. No. Or you're wanting to go tour London or something. I don't know.
All right.
All right, there it is. Oh, no.
Yes.
Still alive.
Wow.
So, in my Survivor League today, I picked the Chargers to win. So,
Man, that was a bold gamble right there. I mean,
I love it, though. I love it. As a player, that's the coach you want to play for, though. You want to play for that coach that says, you know what, let's go for the win. Now, as an executive, that coach gives you a nightmare headache.
yeah, because the Titans go into this 3-3. So you're talking about a call, man. You know, you win this, you go 4-3. You're in good position in your division. Now you're 3-4.
Everybody in the division is 3-4.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody's going to be 4-3.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want the Chargers to lose just based on the fact that they're in the same division as the Chiefs.
Right. But you've got your little Survivor League thing going on.
I got my Survivor
so.
League, and that I can only pick, through
One
the whole
team.
season, I can only pick one team each week, and once I pick that team, they're done.
Man.
So,
All right. Well, there's that.
there's that.
Guess we'll be expecting an onside kick here.
I would think so.
30 whatever seconds left. So, man, we got some theater. We got some drama going on in London. And it's not like a revision of Phantom of the Opera. It's football. Oh! Do you see the no-look kick?
Nice.
It didn't work.
Nice.
But he kind of did the no-look, and then, like, Keenan Allen falls on it. Man.
Statistically, for me, I prefer the onside kick where you just, kick the shit out of it, bounce it off the turf, let it go up for grabs.
Yeah.
Once it hits the turf, you can't call a fair catch.
And ball is just hard to grab, too. Like,
Right.
Man. Oh, boy. That's got to be... They're just going to kneel it out. Get out of London with the win there. Man.
There you go.
Chargers defeat the Titans 20-19. Man. Oh, it's brutal.
Well, it was a good game.
Good. Yeah, it's a great game. Man. So, got that going on live. I think there's another game in London next week, too. How do you feel about the London games?
I like the fact that the NFL does this. I mean,
Yeah?
well, you've got the Chiefs. They're probably kicking themselves right now based on who the two teams are, but the Chiefs will have to play the Rams in Mexico City on November 9th.
Woo!
Yeah. When that game was scheduled, are you thinking these are going to be the two best teams in the NFL at that point?
No.
So,
No,
yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah, that's not the game. That's the game you want in America in prime time. But no.
Yeah, back to on the college football thing. Yesterday's contest, we were talking about Clemson and what their schedule looks like the rest of the season. Their contest yesterday, that was the one people thought, man, if they're going to be tested, it's going to be against NC State. And they rolled. 41-7. It's their defense. They still say that defensive front, the front four, those are all 4 first-round draft picks on that line. And NC State, they can put up some points, and they put up 7.
Yeah.
So I do. I feel pretty confident Clemson's in.
Yep. Well, it's all about the defensive coordinator.
Sure. Washington State did win last night, 34-20 against number 12 Oregon.
Right.
So they're moving along. Kentucky, who has one loss, I don't think they'll play spoiler. I just think they play better than they have in the past. But they won 14-7 yesterday against Vanderbilt. I bet that was a pretty ugly game. But they're ranked 14th. They have one loss in the SEC. SEC might just end up beating each other up. We can only hope for that. LSU beats Mississippi State 19-3, and undefeated UCF stays undefeated against East Carolina 37-10. We know their schedule is going to. Whatever. Nobody's going to really take them seriously. Yeah, Alabama
So you're
beats up
saying they
on
don't have a
Tennessee. So you're saying there's not a chance? Yeah. Alabama beats up on Tennessee 58-21, and Tua did get hurt, but I guess he's okay. They're finding ways to get to him. I think LSU will find a way to get to him. So that'll be an interesting matchup when they take each other on. Man, that's some good stuff. But yeah, college football, we're getting closer. This is why the committee doesn't even bother with saying who they're going to put in the Final Four until after October 30th or something like that. It's because they know that there's going to be nights like the Ohio State night. There's going to be all these different games going on. Things happen, the fallout, basically.
But the question is why do we even bother with the committee until the end of the season? Is it just strictly theater and ratings?
Yes. Actually, yeah. Because think about when they do it, Tuesday night? Mm-hmm. There's literally nothing going on Tuesday night in sports. You do now with some NBA. I bet you can catch an NBA game if you want. But football-wise, there's not Tuesday, Wednesday night, nothing. So, sure, Tuesday night is, let's see what the committee and overreact to what the committee says this week. Like it matters. you know, like, oh, they think highly of this team, and then that team loses. You know, that always happens. They think they're great. They lost. Man, NBA season started last night. We got some theatrics. It was LA Lakers first home game. The coming home, or not coming home, but the LeBron show, whatever. The LeBron show begins. Fans are excited. Some there in LA still hate him, whatever.
I think it turned into open season.
Right. So they're playing the Houston Rockets at home, like a great game, great matchup, and towards the end, about the fourth quarter, game's within 1 point. It's going on. I mean, it's close, and things go fisticuffs. They decided it was MMA time. Brandon Ingram starts off. He shoves James Harden. They didn't think that was really nice. They didn't like that very much. And then somehow Rondo and Chris Paul start getting into it. Chris Paul takes his fingers or his hand and just kind of like basically shoves it into Rondo's face. Rondo immediately responds with punches, and then Chris Paul responds with punches, and they're landing, by the way. Both of them are landing punches. LeBron, who's friends with Chris Paul, has to pull off Chris Paul, and of course other people are pulling off Rondo. Ingram comes in and like sucker punches a guy. I mean, it's just weird, but the three of them get ejected. Ingram, Paul, and Rondo. They all get ejected. They're facing likely suspension, likely fines, all that stuff. So, of course, yeah, it's expected now. So that's all coming. But, how about that for a regular season game where things are getting that heated in an NBA where a lot of times we say, NBA, there's not that much rivalry anymore. The players all like each other. They all work out with each other. Well, last night there was something in the water.
Let's not forget, you say regular season.
Yeah.
This was a meaningless game, other than the fact that the Lakers are opening their season at home, and it's the welcome to LeBron show. This was the epitome of a meaningless regular season game.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to say, oh, they all mean something. You're 2 games into the season.
No.
This is meaningless. Nobody cares.
Right.
It doesn't start to matter until we get halfway through the
Christmas.
season and start.
They always say you don't really take anything too serious till Christmas.
Right. So
With the NBA.
It does add a new level of intrigue, I guess, to the season. What's going to go down now? Mm-hmm. So, but
Yeah, will Rondo and Paul fight again?
yeah,
Yeah, part 2. Bring it.
It's other than that little bit of intrigue. I mean,
But
this Lakers team still stinks.
You have your guys that are talkers, though. You guys that are like, yeah, hey, man, I'm gonna, they're like talk, like they're tough. We found out last night Rondo's not a talker. Like, you shove fingers in the guy's face, he's down. He ain't afraid of anybody. He's ready to go.
Now,
That dude's got some fight in him right
I
there.
have not seen. I've seen the quick snippet video. I did not see the game. Reports were that Rondo had spit in the face of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Do we have any confirmation on that?
I haven't seen confirmation. That's what Paul says.
Hey,
But
okay, let's face it.
I didn't see it in the multiple
Right.
videos
If
that I
it's-
saw.
yeah, if it happened, it's on video. This
Right.
is the,
Because the video always starts there. Rondo's face is turned slightly to the left, and then that's how he's able to put his fingers and like shove his face. So, you're like, when did he spit on him? But
Right.
the video only starts at that point. Did it happen before that?
But
We don't know.
There's enough cameras and everything else there. If it happened,
They'll find it.
they'll find it, and it would have been found by now, I would think.
And to a degree, I mean, they're all going to get fined, suspended anyway. They may just chalk it up to, they may investigate. I don't know.
I remember the old video of Bill Romanowski, spitting in somebody's face. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Raiders Broncos, but Romanowski just
Probably.
yes delivers a perfect missile. I mean, right through the face mask, and I'm like, there's 22 guys to be focused on, and they caught that on camera. Mm-hmm. When there's only 5 guys per team to be focused on, and there's tons of cameras around that arena,
Well, but to be fair,
there will be a video.
to be fair, I'm sure there was a Romanowski camera. Like, you have some guys
Yeah.
that you're just like, keep that camera on him at all times. Well, you never know what that dude's going to do.
This
Right?
is true.
I think that's fair. You know, you got your quiet guys over there, you're like, they ain't going to do shit. Don't, you know, only if they get in the lens or something do you film them. But, you know, Romanowski? No, yeah, let's see what he does over there. You know, anyway. Thunder have already begun. They've lost their first 2 games without Russell Westbrook and Andre Robertson. Getting kind of annihilated on the road, playing those late. I hate those late games. It's just these West Coast late games are killing me.
Didn't they start out on the West Coast last year? Same thing, 2 road games?
I can't remember. I just remember I hate them. I hate it when they do it.
Oh, it's awful. I mean, they make up for it obviously in the end where you get more home game, you know. But just to start out your season on the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm too old manish. Like, I mean, unless I have Jello shots, old people, and karaoke going on, I can't. I mean, I guess you can incorporate that into, you know, watching some West Coast Thunder basketball. But yeah, they get. Mm-hmm. You know, they lose to Golden State by 8, and then they get trounced by the Clippers, and then that Boban guy's getting some attention. Have you seen that dude for the Clippers?
He's like 2 and 1.
He just stands there and dunks. He doesn't even have to get his feet off the ground. I mean, it's just he's getting some attention right now, but you know, again, can't take anything serious till Christmas, and we don't even have Westbrook. Right. They do have their game opener today, the home opener against the Kings tonight at the Chesapeake. So, and there's real good optimism that Russell Westbrook will be back and playing in that game. So, we need to get that first win at home just to have it and get started. And
well, you've got a sour taste in your mouth after the first 2 games of the season. We've got to, you want to fix that.
Yeah, you want to get an attitude, culture, and just a rhythm of winning. I mean, just kind of get everybody involved and do the thing. Because Dennis Schroeder, that's one thing that I've seen with him. He's got moments where he can put up points, but it's real hit and miss. And when things count, like in that Clippers game, he just went off the rails. Like that dude just couldn't make anything. And the Thunder are still not good at all at shooting threes.
No, they're not. And even last year, years before, you see this Thunder team that it's frustrating as a fan because they're competitive up into, midway through the third quarter of every game, and then at some point in the second half they fall apart. Mm-hmm. And it's irritating. I mean, they held midway through the third quarter. It seemed like they held a 9-point lead.
Yeah.
And then, again, just fall apart. I mean, I'm talking about against the Clippers. Mm-hmm. And then, end up getting, basically just, get their socks beat off of them. I mean, at least you look at the final score against the Warriors, and it seemed competitive.
Yeah.
They really weren't, to me.
Well, the Warriors played pretty bad basketball
Right.
that night, too. But, I mean, the Thunder is just weird. Like, when Westbrook and Robertson come back, they're really going to have to, and it's going to look like vintage when Westbrook and Durant were here.
We hope.
Because the problem is right now they're relying on a whole lot of three-point shots from guys who don't shoot three-pointers well. And then defensively they're kind of hit and miss. So that's why when Westbrook and Robertson comes back, if you're going to miss shots like that and you're going to just keep throwing them up, apparently that's the game plan, your defense needs to be really good. Mm-hmm. And that is one thing they've got going for them. They've got length. They've got defense. Schroeder's better offense coming off of the bench than he is your starter because he is so erratic. But, I mean, we'll see what the dynamic and all of that is once they're all together. They're all out there. And
again, I mean, this is it's a new makeup for this team, so you're going to have, that whole team dynamics. It's going to take, like you said, it may take until Christmas to get that together. It seems like last year they never did.
I feel like a lot of that was Melo, but,
who knows?
But you got to get them all on the floor first, and then we'll see. But because Melo was just a ball stopper. Like, well, he touching the ball. He's throwing it up.
20-foot jumper.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No matter where he's standing at the moment. It doesn't matter if it even makes sense. He's throwing it up. So, but yeah. But it'll be exciting to have them back. I can't believe I was just thinking about it. Like, I can't believe I'm not even going to this game. I feel like I need to be at this Thunder game tonight. But that's just my internal, thoughts going on. Like, well, I'm not going to be there. What's going on? What's wrong with me, man? Season opener. You're facing the Kings. Come on. Got to go to that.
It would be a good one.
Oh, we got some more NFL action about to go on. Patriots are going to face the Bears in Chicago.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. There's Khalil Mack. That's a bad man right there. 4 forced fumbles this year. He's got tied for the most in the NFL. He got 5 sacks already. We're hoping he gets to Brady in a bad way too, just like we never saw him coming from the blind side type of deal. Bam! Just no. Khalil Mack, Tom Brady. Physically, I don't think that TB12 can save you from Khalil Mack. Like that. You can take all the supplements and stretching you want, but you get hit by a dang train.
Oh, man. How good is Brady, though? As much as I don't like the guy,
No, he's
you
good.
have to have absolute respect for his game.
He's good.
And at this age, it's just unreal.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, so you got that going on. You got some other NFL games going on. I got fantasy football going on, whatever. Last week really crapped on me in fantasy football. I know nobody cares about anybody else's fantasy team, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. I got two teams. One of them's 5-1, the other one's 4-2. But my first loss in the 5-1, it's this on the border league. My first loss was last week, and it was against a Daryl, and my team just said, we ain't playing this week. Like, nobody put out good numbers. So, those you can just kind of accept, like, you just chalk that up to, yep, that was a bad Sunday, let's move on with our lives. But the other league, that's the one that killed me, because that one we scored a ton of points, and I'm like up by 40. Like, I'm not like 100% confident, but I'm pretty confident. I'm just like, okay, we're in good shape. And then Packers 49ers happens. Damn it. The guy's got Devontae Adams and Jimmy Graham. And so now I'm almost feel forced to hate the Packers and Aaron Rodgers because Devontae Adams goes off. Like, even towards the end, like, you could just see it. Like, I didn't even watch the game. That's how I was just not even interested in the game. And then I see on my phone that I'm up. I see that I'm up by 8 fantasy points wise. And the Packers have the ball with 2 minutes left. And there's just that eerie feeling like, shit. I'm up by 8, which is like, okay. But the Packers have the ball. And the guy I'm going against has got 2 people that Aaron Rodgers throws the ball to with 2 minutes left. And they need to score because they're down by a touchdown or whatever. I'm like, I've read this script before. I've read this. I've seen the movie. And sure enough, marches their happy ass down. Devontae Adams, touchdown. He gets the 6 points plus whatever the yards, whatever the hell. Then freaking CJ Beathard throws an interception. They get the ball back, and then they just continue to just kick me in the kidneys and throw it to Devontae Adams again. And I'm like, all right. And so I end up losing that, going 4-2. It pissed me off. Fucking Packers. I usually like, I don't care. Like the Packers, hey, Packers are great. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's cool. Not anymore. That pissed me off. Damn it. Oh, big matchup today. You got the Bengals and the Chiefs.
Oh, man.
That's going to be nice. That's going to be a nice game. I mean, that's in Arrowhead. Bengals are better than I thought they would be. I've got to kind of slap myself around a little bit on that one. I thought the Bengals were really going to go downhill this year.
I thought I was high
and
on
really
them before the
suck.
season.
You were, and I was not. I even went as bold as picking them to be dead last in the division. Like, I thought they were going to just – it looked like they were just going that far south. And they've actually – I don't know. Andy Dalton looks decent. and they've got a run game, they've got defense. They're
That's a
they're
good
doing it
division.
all. They're doing it all. I think they're leading the division right now. So their division anyway. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be a tough matchup.
Yeah,
That's not
and
gonna be
that is a hell of a division too. I mean, you've still got the Ravens and the Steelers.
Ravens
you
are
know,
good, and Ravens
I mean,
are top 5 defense right now.
And even the Steelers, they're down way further than we thought they would be, but still, who wants to play them?
But they're scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, they're good. That's a good tough matchup for your Chiefs, Mahomes. What's funny is the Chiefs lose to the Patriots last week, but
so, this
but-
is the same thing with you talking about the Rodgers incident.
yeah,
I was so happy when the Chiefs got the ball, and I'm like, we're going to go down, we're going to score.
Yep.
And even then, I'm hoping, let's go down, let's score, let's go for 2, and let's just win.
yeah.
One play, 75 yards, 12 seconds, and I'm like, well, fuck. We just gave Tom Brady the ball back, and all he needs is a field goal.
Yep.
That was like the worst case scenario.
Yep.
Was to go down and score that fast. And Brady did.
But New England, in a way, it's almost like they kind of allowed it to happen that quick
It almost
because he
did.
was so open. Like,
And as disappointing as it was to lose the game, I come away with that as a Chief fan, and maybe it's the rose-colored glasses, but I come away with that going, you know what? We threw 2 interceptions and scored 9 points in the first half. Mm-hmm. And still came back and were competitive enough to win, or at least, to show that we could beat this team. We didn't win the game, but we showed we could beat them in their house.
yeah, it's not a bad
So-
loss.
It's, it's not a bad loss, but it's encouraging enough to go, you know what, if we play this game in Kansas City, we probably come away with a 10-point victory.
Right. You
You
currently
know,
have a better
conceivably.
record, so it's very, very feasible.
So,
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just waiting for the Chiefs just to blow the doors off of somebody.
I'm good.
They come out just
Well, they've got a bend but don't break defense,
they do, I'm
and
tired
so
of it. I'm just-
so that's always going to be a thing.
It is, and as a Chief fan though, just once give me that one game where
Yeah.
where my blood pressure is not up by 40 points going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, beat somebody 52-20 or something.
Yeah.
Put up the 50, that you want to put up.
Give me that victory. That's all I'm waiting for this season.
Yeah.
Just one game that I can just go, you know what? That was a good
When
fun
we
game.
were at Arrowhead, I thought that's what we were about to witness against the 49ers with the way that first half went.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now we'll take the foot off the gas, and then the 49ers are like, we're going to creep back in.
It was awful. You know what?
You
When
knew
we
it was
were in
going
Arrowhead-
on.
Here's the deal. We were in Arrowhead. I am enjoying everything pregame. We're having some beers. Just having some beers because I want it. We get through the first half, and it's like, all right, I'm going to have a whole lot more beers because I really want it. And then
Yeah.
we get to the fourth quarter, I'm like, I need another beer because now I need it.
Right?
That's what the Chiefs do to me. Right now, this season has been horrible. It's been great to be a Chiefs fan, but it has been nightmarish.
Well, no, it's going to be very interesting. They beat a good, if they're able to beat a good Bengals team today, they would go, 6-1? And
Be 6-1, and
man.
at this point, you would be. We're still going to be fighting New England because now we're only one game ahead of New England. Actually, we're only a half a game ahead of New England
because of the head-to-head.
Head-to-head, New England has it on it. Has the head-to-head advantage.
Yeah, and what's silly is for New England, and Kansas City's got a tougher. It's not great this year, but it's a tougher division, I would argue, than the AFC East. The AFC East is just ass,
Well,
and not good ass. Like the AFC East is bad, not bad ass like bad to the bone, but like just blown up ass. Like ass that's had too much jalapenos and beans. Like that's the AFC East, in my opinion. But that's what the Patriots get to play in, year out. That's why they always have this damn home field advantage every year, is because they're able to rack up these easy damn wins, and just, it's like, man, shit, And I know the Chiefs have got the Raiders this year. The Raiders suck. But the Broncos are halfway decent. They showed that the other day. I mean, they were able to blow out somebody. And, I mean, so the AFC West is not – I just don't think it's apples to apples. The AFC West is more difficult than the East. So, I don't know. But, yeah, it would be nice. If Kansas City can find a way to finish out with a better record and get that home field advantage, then that's going to be volumes.
That's going to be key to the season.
Absolutely.
Is they're going to have to get the home field advantage. With that defense, they cannot afford to go on the road in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
So, now I say that. Now, I'm not high on New England's defense. They're vulnerable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, could you go in there and beat them? Yeah, I mean, if you play a good second half, or two good halves of football. They did not play a good half of football in the first half the other night. They just didn't.
No.
So,
I don't think they have the players to play a good half of football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's the NFL. It's going to be intriguing. You got to love what the product that the NFL puts out every year, even the best of the best. When you think about the New England Patriots, stuff like that, you look at them and it's not what the Golden State Warriors are doing. I mean, you could pretty much crown them every year. Everybody wants to say you can crown the New England Patriots every year. Well, but can you really?
No, you can't. There's just there's a lot of parity right now in football. Can't really make the same case in the NBA right now. But yeah, football, you can make some arguments for some teams that could step up. I mean, like last year, the Eagles.
Yeah.
Well, and you can't count them out this year either. I mean, their front seven's still really good, and their offensive line's good. They're starting to make a comeback. Mm-hmm. You can see the Eagles are starting to kind of take a little bit of control. So, yeah, I mean, it's just I think we all are. Or most people are just sick of seeing the Patriots, just ready for them to just lose. For us to all move on with our lives when it comes to the Patriots, but
I know I am.
Yeah. All right, so Major League Baseball playoffs, if anybody cares, that's going on. Yeah, it's like baseball versus like rugby right now. Who's watching it more? Red Sox. This I got this wrong. I said the Astros were going to win the World Series again, and I was wrong. Astros lose to the Red Sox in the AL Championship Series. I figured the Astros bullpen would save them again and get them past the Red Sox, but the Red Sox bats, they've got too many bats right now. They've got some good pitching. They're still not great in their bullpen. And that's usually what you win these things with. But, their bats have been just so overwhelmingly good that it wasn't even close. They handily took care of the Astros. The other team that surprised me was the Brewers. They really made it difficult for the Dodgers. I figured the Dodgers would just kind of ease in with their experience. But they actually had to go to a Game 7, which was last night. And, of course, Dodgers win 5-1. You have Yasiel Puig. He hits a 3-run home run. And then, what's his ass? Hits a 2-run home run and gets the series MVP. I don't care. It's the Dodgers. They're just pure evil. It doesn't matter who he is. So they'll probably choke and lose to the Red Sox. I hope I didn't just jinx it there because that's what I'm hoping for. Although I'm not real big on the Red Sox anymore either, man. Just the more I see out of the Red Sox and the antics that go on from their stadium and just the high amounts of racism and all the crap that they do at their stands, it's just I don't know that I'm big on the Red Sox anymore. I was big on the Red Sox when they finally upset the Yankees and went on and win a World Series after 500 years or whatever it is. But I was excited about that. That was a really cool run. But since then, I don't know, man. It's just that whole Titletown deal with Boston and the Patriots and the Red Sox and the whatever. Now the damn Celtics.
What? Now you have it on, both coasts. You're going to have the Patriots and Red Sox and even the Celtics on one coast, and on the other coast, you've got the Warriors, the Rams, and the Dodgers.
I know.
What the hell?
Yeah. Can we get some Midwest love
Yeah.
around here? Man. We're just in it over here watching. Yeah, Red Sox will have home field advantage through the World Series.
Right.
Which begins on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. It's on Fox, which is an actual network. So I think the other playoff games are being played. Next year, they're going to be on the Discovery Channel. I'm just kidding. That's a baseball is fading joke. Okay. Maybe it'll be on Food Network or TLC or something.
C-SPAN.
C-SPAN. Yeah, right after My 600-Pound Life. Oh, up next, we got the baseball playoffs. Anyway, so I was trying to see if there was odds on this. I'm sure there are odds on that series, but I'm not finding them on who's favored to win that series. I would imagine it's the Red Sox, the team that won 108 games this year.
I'm going to say Red Sox in 5.
Say Red Sox in 5?
Yeah.
I say... Do they do? I don't know their format. Do they do 2-2-1-1-1 or do they do 2-3-2?
I thought it was 2-3-2.
I know NBA does 2-2-1-1-1, but baseball may still be 2-3-2. If it's 2-3-2, I could see Red Sox in 6. If it's 2-2-1-1-1, I can see them in 5. Dodgers are okay, but they've also, Kershaw still has, he had a good Game 5. That was the one I got to witness in person with Beer, Jose, and Hooters. But, let's see. Red Sox. Yeah, Red Sox are the favorite. What is it? Whatever, minus 135. I still don't know gambling numbers, but I do know that means that they're favorite. So,
that means you have to bet 135 to win 100.
To win 100, that's right. So, yeah, Red Sox are favored. There you go. Yeah. You got to get more, betting savvy, I guess, But anyway, that's baseball. That's playoffs. Only the people in Los Angeles and Boston care for the most part right now. Oh, my goodness. So, we talked about, Drunk Tim and I talked about the whole Mayweather-Khabib thing that happened. And there was potential suspension, loss of everything for Khabib. That still is not, it's up in air, up in the air and all that. But it's looking like nobody wants that to happen though, because there's just too much damn money involved. I know the UFC would like to see Khabib rematch Conor, even though I still feel like that's a waste of time. It's only for money.
Yeah.
For the UFC. But Khabib has even come back. Khabib came back, kind of an interesting deal. Khabib came back and said, you can keep your $2 million purse. You can keep whatever. I'm not going to sell out my friends. I'm not going to sell out this person. I don't, basically I don't think he felt like he was really in the wrong. Yeah, even though to an extent he was. But basically he was putting the pressure on, you can keep your purse, you suspend me, do whatever you're going to do. And I think Dana White's like, whoa, hey, not so fast. Not so fast. There's just too many millions to be made here, buddy. And now the big talk is not just UFC-wise, but freaking Floyd Mayweather. He's wanting to do like the Conor McGregor bout. He's wanting to do that with Khabib.
Of course.
And I just think that's just absolutely silly. Khabib is not even that kind of a fighter. That was his advantage against Conor. I mean, they had a little bit of moments where they're standing up and they're throwing punches, but that's not his. His advantage was, I'm going to take you to the ground, and you're not going to beat me on the ground. And that's exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. And if they fought again, that's exactly what would happen again. And he's got better stamina than Conor McGregor. Everybody knows Conor's he's not the best as far as cardio compared to some of the other fighters. So Khabib would at least have that. But as far as boxing with Mayweather, again, that would just be a money thing. It's not
That's all it is until Mayweather decides to cross over and say, we'll play by your rules.
See, I don't think Mayweather even cares about boxing anymore. I think he just wants to keep, as far as the purse is concerned. Yeah, I'll box that Khabib guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I get another 100 million.
dude,
Okay,
this isn't.
sure, why not?
It's like this stupid reality TV shit or something, man. Like, just stop with that nonsense. And, you know, as long as we keep watching, we keep ensuring that this nonsense happens. You know. I just say it's silly. No reason Khabib should get in the other than money. As little of a reason as that is. Otherwise, there's really no reason Khabib should get in a boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather.
No.
Although I would find it highly entertaining and hilarious if he did knock Floyd Mayweather out. I wonder, you know, you just wonder. One day it's going to catch him. One day it's going to catch that dude.
When he's 64, I mean, how old is the man now?
Yeah, I know. He's 40-something, 41?
Something like that.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to catch him someday.
I want to see what, you know, I want to see a fight where they have a round of boxing, take off the gloves, then they have a round of MMA style fight, then another round of boxing, then another, and just back and forth. I don't want to see 12-round boxing match or a 5-round MMA style fight. I want to see, and let's just see who the better fighter is. We'll fight by your rules for a round, my rules for a round, your rules for a round, my rules for a round.
There you go.
Let's do that. That I will pay to see.
Well,
Yeah, I'll pay to watch that one.
you would see a motivated Mayweather try to knock him out. He wouldn't be doing that dancing stuff because he doesn't want to get to the second round. If that's like if
Right.
the your way is the second
Yeah.
round, he's not wanting to get to the second round.
Exactly.
Khabib would make that quick. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, that's all that fighting, boxing, all that has really become kind of a joke. I mean, I don't know. I think pay-per-view has really done that. It definitely killed boxing, and then it's doing a similar deal to UFC. But now there is. I'm looking it up right now so you can see the photos. There is a girl that is an MMA fighter, and that girl is her name is Rachel Ostovich, and she's kind of gone viral for. She looks more like a swimsuit model than she does an MMA fighter.
All the right reasons.
But she's very serious about fighting. Let's see here if I can find you. Yeah, you know, maybe she shouldn't be so serious about fighting. Let's see. It's just no. There's better photos than that. She's teasing. Let's see what's happening here. There we go. That's Rachel Ostovich there. So, yeah. Oh yeah. She does. You can tell she does work with the kettlebell and some other exercises, getting the glutes ready for the fight. Strong, she got a strong glute game going in. Anyway.
Who's the Olympic judo chick?
Oh, I forgot her name, but she's ready. She's calling out everybody. That's the other annoying thing about fighting now. As I'm looking up all this fighting stuff, you have so many different fighters calling out other fighters and this and that. It's just like this, I don't know, this shit show of calling out like, hey, you, I'll fight you. It's just like, okay, it's just bad promoting now. It's just, I don't know. It's become too much. To me, it's just too much going on. Did you know Rihanna blew off doing the halftime show for this year's Super Bowl? She was asked.
Saw that. I didn't see the reasons why.
It's the whole Colin Kaepernick stuff. So that's her way of protesting. I know Amy Schumer was asked to do a commercial, and she declined that in protest. Also, kind of taking up for Colin Kaepernick. So. That stuff still kind of goes on in the background. Although the NFL's done a better job. The games kind of go on now without there being so much emphasis on all that stuff. So I think in an effort to save themselves from all the scrutiny and everything else. But hey, did you see this week the Love Ranch the owner, Dennis Hoff, Love Ranch owner, passed away.
Yeah.
I guess he was the only owner. So Love Ranch immediately shut down.
Really?
Yeah. Like his
did
name
not
was
know
his
that.
name was on all the licenses, on everything. So basically, he passed away on Tuesday. Wednesday, officials came in and kicked all the girls out. Poor hose had nowhere to go.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah, and Chris Hogan looks like he's in a lot of pain on the field right now. Oh, and they scored a touchdown. Dang it. The evil Patriots have scored. But,
what if they had a pension plan there?
well, he also owns the Bunny Ranch, which is still open and operating, but for any guys with any vacation possibilities, you might want to hurry up. They may be trying to shut that one down too. So, yeah, you need to rush off to the Bunny Ranch if you're trying to get your kicks, or I don't know. Maybe I don't, yeah, if you're, giggles and stuff. Anyway, yeah, he dies. Remember the Love Ranch was the famous place where Lamar Odom had all of his,
okay.
had a drug overdose and all that stuff. So, pretty big deal. But yeah, I guess just natural causes for this guy. They said he didn't have any.
Well, he was in his 70s, I do believe.
Yeah, late 60s, something like that. So they didn't find anything in his system that was like no foul play or no,
Right.
he didn't like OD or anything like that. So that took place this week. And then this is definitely not sports related, but I found it extremely interesting. Have you heard about the kind of the bike share program down in Dallas, Texas?
No.
If you go down to Dallas, you're going to see bikes laying around all over the city. You remember seeing those when we did the Uber thing or whatever? They were down there. And I didn't even know about this program, but I was wondering, like, why are these bikes laying around the damn city like this? It's a bike share program that's supposed to help with, people who don't have cars and stuff. You can basically just pick up the bike and go where you need to go.
Right.
Some of the problems with it are people are leaving their bikes just wherever the hell they're leaving their bikes. Some people, it's in their front lawns, like in other people's front lawns and stuff like that. So there's, there's a little bit of, some feedback of, hey, we're not really cool with this shit, but yeah, you got bikes and now scooters. They're trying to do a scooter program. I think I keep getting an advertisement that says, hey, become an investor in this scooter program or something, whatever the hell it is. One of the social media things keeps getting me to do that. But the next thing that's now going to pop out that they're trying to do is a food delivery bot. It's a food delivery bot that goes, along the sidewalks and stuff like that, and essentially a company, owns these bots. Somebody places the order. You send the food in these bots, brings it to your dwelling or whatever, and one of the companies, I guess they're one of the Ubers of this. They're called Marble, but they're doing a test pilot thing of this down in Dallas starting November 1st. It's a 6-month test, and the rules are, because if somebody just got nuts, you can put damn robots everywhere, but each company is only allowed to have 20 food delivery bots, and they only stay like with a 1 mile radius. And so so there's going to be like these different companies that have these food delivery bots going around Dallas, and they're also looking into Arlington and different things. But yeah, food delivery bots, that starts November 1st. If you're in Dallas, check it out. It's just weird. You can tell we're heading in that direction. It doesn't totally shock me. I guess sometimes it just shocks me that it's happening November 1st. I always think of it like down the road. Like, damn, I want a burger and fries. Like.
How many people, though, are going to be walking around Dallas with an empty pizza box in their hands and just see a see a food delivery bot traveling by and be like, whoop, just switch them out.
Dude, if I'm a homeless guy, I'm fucking up that bot for some food. I'll tell you that right now.
No, you don't fuck up the bot. You just switch out an empty pizza box with the full one. You want to keep the bot going. That's your meal ticket.
Well, assuming you can get into the bot, I wonder how they work that. But yeah, it's pretty weird. Yeah, yeah. It'd be like retinal scan. I don't know what what kind of deal. You are a homeless person. You're not allowed in the bot.
Or how many people just? I mean, how many people just like see the bot going? I'm just pour beer on it, piss on it. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's got a laser
You think this
sensor
thing
so it
has a
doesn't run into
360
shit.
Camera?
Yeah, it says it's got a laser sensor so it doesn't run into shit, but stuff's gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's just too many variables. There's
just-
animals. People forget about the fact there's animals. What are they gonna do to that bot? They might be freaked out by it, actually, but.
And what's the bot look like? Does it look like Wall-E or? Is it
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
it's
like a
just
thing
this.
from Short Circuit.
Right. I wish. Oh, I should have brought.
Johnny
I,
Five.
I should have pulled up a picture. Yeah, it's just this box on wheels. Bot just like, zzz, and then the other rules to start out with, they'll be limited to a 1 mile radius. They're going to top out at 5 miles per hour, and initially there will be a human. There will be an accompanying human with it for the pilot program, I guess, to make sure it's all running right, seeing any potential errors.
Well, it's just like a
or
box
shit.
on wheels. That doesn't look
Exactly.
exciting at all.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So
I wanted pizzazz.
a little bit of flair with
Yeah,
your
look,
food
wait a minute,
delivery bot.
Showmanship.
Yeah. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. How much food will it carry? Will it cater a wedding? I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, can I get my wedding cake in this food delivery bot? That's probably a really awful idea.
yeah,
But, yeah, do you think a dog will go hike a leg on the bot?
it might. I mean,
A skunk?
How well sealed is it? I mean, is it?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Again, I mean, can
Skunk,
flies
hey,
get
skunk
in-
sprays that damn thing. You don't want that food.
No.
I've learned that firsthand. So,
And more importantly, I mean, again, you say humans are going to accompany it in the beginning.
in the beginning.
Okay, as soon as the first human no longer accompanies it, I mean, it looks like it's a big chest-style bot for those who can't see this thing.
Yeah.
You open the lid, who's to say, I'm going to grab my burgers and fries out of there and I'm just going to throw a rat in there. This is a metropolitan area. There are going to be large
Yeah.
rodents. I mean, I'm going to throw a rat or a cat or a dog or something in there,
Gosh. Yeah.
So now it's going to go on to the next house to make its delivery.
Yeah.
I mean, what? It's just, or I'll just, just piss on the food in there. I mean, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to participate.
You don't want to participate in the 6-month program.
No, I'm never going to order food again. If you are the second person in line of the second person that thing's delivering food to,
Yeah.
you've had some stranger's hands right in proximity to your food. Not that you don't do that everywhere you go. I mean, you go to, here we are at On Border Studios.
Yeah.
I'm
Postmates.
having someone making my food,
Right.
but at least I trust him. I trust
I
that
wonder
they
if
are
it's-
there to do the right thing.
I wonder if it's like one order at a time. Since it's the bot is not that big anyway.
It's not, you can't, there's no way it could be financially feasible to have this bot go a mile away and come back every single time that you're ordering. There's no way.
Well, and the human is initial, like just an initial making
Yeah.
sure this and that, because that's the whole reason they're doing the damn bot. They're getting rid of humans. They're getting rid of people who are paying labor. That's the point, Well, damn it.
We're getting weird.
We're being eliminated as humans from the workforce. I mean, if you don't see it coming, I've told before, like I drive for the Uber and the Lyft thing, and they're like, we sincerely want to get your feedback on how we can make things better for you. Like, no, you don't. You do right now, just because right now we're in the moment of now. But the truth is, you're looking for ways to eliminate me as fast as you possibly can. So you don't really care. So I don't really have any feedback for you. My feedback is I'm going to keep doing this until I can't anymore, or you know, whatever. But the truth is like you don't pretend you care about us while at the same time you're trying to eliminate all of us. Mm-hmm. So. That's just, I don't know, that's me. That's how I feel about it. It's like, dude, you're trying to eliminate us completely. So, we care. No, you don't. Just don't even pretend. Anyway. But yeah. Robots, self-driving cars, robot food delivery boxes.
And when we've already seen the self-driving car kill somebody, so.
Yeah, that was a little hiccup.
It was.
Yeah, there'll be more of that, but people are going to die.
Well, self-driving cars have killed less people than people driving cars.
Exactly,
so,
right.
In the same time span. So
exactly.
Let's not forget that fact either.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, and then, people are going to die. That is, I feel like that's like this harsh reality, like that people sometimes just can't come to grips with. That people are going to die each day.
Yes.
We can try to do all we want. I know this seems kind of dark, but like.
I deal with this every day at work, so.
It seems kind of dark for a light sports program, but like at the end of the day, people are going to die.
Yes.
I mean, we can try to prevent, we can try to do all that we can, and should. I mean, why not? I mean, we should try to do those things, but like. When it's all said and done, people are, in fact, going to die. You know, and maybe by self-driving car is one of the best ways to go. It's at least more interesting, you know.
Yeah.
God, he finally got that colon cancer. Like, no, hit me with the car.
If I run out in front of me driving a car,
Yeah.
Whoever I killed can sue me. They're not getting much. But if, Uber hits them,
yeah.
well, they can sue Uber for tens of millions of dollars.
And
so,
that's
if you're
the
gonna
difference.
get killed by a car, you may as well, get killed by one,
Yeah, and then your family
being driven by a computer as opposed to being driven by me.
Yeah, and your family's set.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, you know how I don't know, it seems to me if you're getting hit by a human, they probably just didn't see you until the last second, so they're hitting the brakes, and so it's kind of like a bam. Whereas with self-driving, it might be full speed, so it might be quicker. You know what I'm saying? Like it might, like a good clean, like a freshly, like a knife.
Right.
Not a dull knife. Like I feel like somebody hitting the brakes is like a dull knife hitting you. Whereas a self-driving still going full speed because the sensors don't know you're there.
So somebody. So what you're saying is if somebody sees you and they slam on the brakes,
Right.
It's a good thump, but then you leave a 30-yard streak across the pavement. Whereas if it's an Uber car, you're just a red mist in the air.
Hell yeah. Yeah. You don't even
Hey,
have to think about anything anymore. You immediately go to the light. Whereas if somebody hits you with the brakes, you're sitting there going, oh God, what's this pain going on right here? I think morphine's probably a good call here. What's my leg doing over there? But like, I don't know. That's dark. I don't know. Sorry. I keep it dark. I just sometimes think that's so funny. But it didn't see me, so now I'm just like blasted out. Yeah, that's the direction we're going. We got things where you deliver stuff. We've got the new thing where now you can go pick up and do errands for people and all that stuff. So we're obviously going in that
We are a lazy
direction.
society.
We are. We really are. And in some ways it's good though. Like I could see things like the grocery delivery for elderly, like that being a huge benefit. But that's not who it's all for.
No.
It's
it's
I want to save an hour of my day and not deal with.
It's the 30-somethings that are just, calling Walmart and saying, okay, here's my order. I'll go and pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay, great, perfect. Well, I don't like walking from the parking lot into the store now, so now Walmart will bring it out to my car. I mean,
yeah.
we've gotten to that point.
Yeah, in
I
park.
mean, it used to be, people would drive around the parking lot for hours and hours and hours until they got one of the first 5 stalls.
Yeah.
And then, they would walk into Walmart, they pick up the cart, they walk 22 miles around Walmart, navigating that place, getting every single last grocery. You get all the way out to your car, and then that's where the laziness sets in. That is where you give up and just leave your cart within a 2-foot proximity of your car. When Walmart has littered across their parking lots, different places where you can walk another 25 feet and put your shopping cart there. But no, this is where the laziness sets in. As soon as after I've walked the 22 miles throughout the store with my cart, now I'm going to leave my cart right here in the parking lot so the next guy can't back out or the next guy can't pull in.
Yeah.
I mean, and so that's not good enough anymore. So now we don't even have the shopping cart. We don't walk out of the store.
Yeah. It's a psychological deal. There was a study I read about. This was one of those Ivy League study things. And it seems to be pretty interesting, pretty true. They call it the 20-second rule. And what this guy was basically saying, not to lay out all the different ways that they experiment and stuff like this, but he uses it in his own terms. Like for him, he had a goal where he wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Well, he was learning that with this 20-second rule, essentially, if he slept in this room and the guitar was in another room, well, that gives him too much time to come up with excuses as to why he can't or should not get up and go to the other room and get the guitar. It's all the way over there. I'm over here. I'm not ready. Your mind just starts these games. And whereas what he changed was he put the guitar right there. And so it was like, oh, I'm going to learn the guitar. Well, it's right there. And so they noticed, in just that odd example, but they noticed that the majority of people would end up going on and continuing and make a consistency of doing the thing because they had basically bridged the gap of this 20-second rule.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so I think it's the same way with the shopping carts.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's 20 seconds away over there. F that. I'm not going to take the cart over there. Or I've got to go in over here. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's what they keep trying to bridge. And yeah, so now you got your food delivery bots that are coming to you. So this has been the Tit Show, the Idiots Talk Sports, here in Oklahoma City on the Border Studios. Thank you so much for listening. You all have a fantastic week. Enjoy your football. Enjoy your World Series. Enjoy your sports. Thank you.
Have you ever felt like shutting the fuck up?
Well, I'm out, man.